Hello everybody, it's Chibi, and today I'm here to bring you an anime review on Akatsuki no Yona. Now, I'm glad that everything is starting to air again and stuff like that, because I have really missed a lot of these anime that didn't air last week, because, man, I was going through withdrawals with the lack of anime last week. I really was. Like, holy shit, dude. It felt so weird not having so many freaking anime to watch. Like, usually, I would get to watch 5 or 6 different series a day, and last week, I was like, oh. So, I'm glad Akatsuki no Yona is back, and I'm glad all these other series are back, because it allows me to actually watch something. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Code Geass and stuff, but damn, I need some variety in my life. I need some variety when it comes to anime, so I'm glad I'm starting to see Akatsuki no Yona. We're gonna have Parasite this week, and so forth, so on. So, anyways, let's talk about this episode. Akatsuki no Yona. This episode, man. Oh, that ending. Just straight up, I hate the cliffhangers of this series. Like, I fucking hate these cliffhangers. Like, I fucking do. But you see the face of the blue dragon revealed. Like, we see his face right at the end of the episode. And you see his eyes, his face, the animation around it. I'm like, dude, that's badass looking. His face looks amazing. Like, straight up. I mean, the way he's aged and all that, oh, shit. So, he looks like a boss. But, the cliffhanger, man, like, they just leave us on a cliffhanger like that, you know, his mask gets knocked off, I mean, you see how the villagers are, like, being frightened, they're like, oh, the blue dragon, oh! You know, they're acting all frightened and shit, and then, you know, pretty much his mask gets, you know, knocked off, and we know for a fact he thinks his power's cursed, so he might react really badly next week. So we'll have to see how that goes, but, pretty much, this episode, the standard pacing of Akatsuki no Yona, and that is a good thing. It's a very good thing, because Akatsuki no Yona gets my praise for the slow pacing, because all of us can agree, all of us fellow Chibits that are actually watching this series really love Akatsuki no Yona, because the pacing is amazing. It allows us to grow attached to these characters. Like, I'm growing attached to the Blue Dragon. He is a boss. Like, I love his design. You know, I actually want to say that right now. I love the Blue Dragon's design. I love the outfit design. I love the mask design. Like, when the mask flew off and you saw the white hair with the mask attached to it, I'm like, dude. Like, I just love the design of the character. I really do. And I just want to take a moment to say that the designs of Akatsuki no Yona are something else. So, now they can move past that. Episode, what type of progression did we have in this episode? So, pretty much, we have to where Yona gets out of the cave from the last episode, she's safe and all that. Hawk, the white dragon, Yuna, and all that are discussing, like, what will they do next? What are they gonna do to get the blue dragon? Stuff like that. And pretty much the conversation goes down to where Hawk gets, you know, left behind. He gets to stay at the front of the cave door, he has to guard their backs, and he just stays behind while you have to where the white dragon, Yoon, and Yona have to go down in the cave to get the blue dragon. So that's pretty much the setup for the middle part of this episode, and as it progresses on, you see how the villagers actually want to kill Yoon, Hawk, and they also want to kill the white dragon with Yona because they actually saw the village secret. For instance, they saw the blue dragon, and since they saw his power and they saw him, they will not allow them to leave alive because it could also endanger them. So with this episode, it pretty much was told that the reason why these villagers are actually staying inside of a cave instead of, like, staying out in the middle of the wilderness and stuff like we saw in the flashback is because of the actions that the blue dragon took. For instance, in the last episode, in the flashback, we saw when he was a kid, he killed those soldiers. He killed all those fucking soldiers. Well, that event right there cost the villagers to where they had to flee inside the cave and hide. And this is their actual standpoint if we think about, you know, these civilians, like the villagers. If they were to even, let's say, leave behind the blue dragon and let him get killed or whatever, okay? It would still come back to haunt the villagers because the villagers, even if they got rid of the blue dragon, one of their children most likely would get turned into the blue dragon. So, of course, they don't want that to happen, so they gotta keep the blue dragon alive as long as they can until another one is born. And so, you understand the conflicts of the villagers alongside of the blue dragon with this episode. It's kind of sad, but what really got me in this episode is when you saw the blue dragon have his conversation with Yona, and Yona's like, what's your name? It's definitely not Blue Dragon. And he's like, I don't have a name. It's Blue Dragon. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, oh my fuck, did you, just like, oh. To see the situation he is in, and, you know, how he's been kind of locked up in this dark cage by himself for so long, it's depressing as fuck. It is. I feel really bad for the blue dragon, because, I mean, you can't even remember his name, and I'm like, whoa, dude. So, it's a really sad episode. It's a really well-paced episode with the music, the animation. Oh, actually, I want to say something about the animation. I love the animation in this episode, especially in the cave scene when Yona talks to the blue dragon. Like, when you see her face flare up and all that, you see, like, their earrings shine. I'm like, dude. Like, the animation, I love those little visual effects they added in this episode. It looked really good, and it actually helped out the episode's mood and atmosphere. So, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to this episode. Besides the rock slide or the earthquake that shakes and collapses the cave, and Hawk is in a desperate situation to open up the cave. As you see, he bloodies his hands trying to dig through the dirt and rocks. I'm like, damn. And then, pretty much the ending conclusion when the mask come off. That's pretty much the episode. So, episode was fun. I enjoyed it. I missed it last week, and I'm glad to see it back. And let's get ready for some more Akatsuki no Yona greatness. So tell me your thoughts. I love you all. You have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.